Hey guys, how you doing? So at some point when you're working with your Raspberry Pi, your micro SD card might fail. You might unplug it before it's powered off and mess up the card. And so the beauty of the Raspberry Pi is that you can just reformat it very quickly. So I want to show you how to do this in case it does happen. And this will work whether you're on a Mac or a PC. And so what you don't see is I have my micro SD card plugged into my computer. And so your Raspberry Pi kits come with the SD card reader. And I will insert a picture here so you can see actually what I'm talking about. And so the first thing we're going to do is we have to get the software to format the disk. And so there are a lot of things out there, but the one that I have found to be the most reliable is on the sdcard.org website. And so if you go to sdcard.org and go to downloads, you're going to find the SD card formatter. And then they have it for Windows or for Mac, and they both operate the same way. So you just choose whether you're using a Windows machine or a Mac machine, and you just go ahead, and I have a Mac right now for this, and go through and you'll just download that. So you will agree to the agreement, you'll accept it, and it'll download. And then once it's downloaded, you can go ahead and boot it up. So let's go ahead and do that now. So once you have that, you're going to want to go to your application. You're going to want to find that card reader. So I have the SD card formatter right here. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And you're going to see then that it's picking my card. Make sure you're choosing the right disk that you're using. For me, it's the only thing I have inserted, so it automatically pulls it up. And I know that I have an 8 gig SD card, so I can see the capacity right here, so I know I'm in good situation here. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to click Overwrite Format. We don't want the quick one. We're going to overwrite the whole thing, and we're going to click Format. It's going to let you know you're going to erase everything on the card, which is the downside of having to reformat, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to continue here. I'm going to type in my password, so I'll go ahead and do that here. And it's going to go through, and it's now going to format the disk. So while you're waiting for that to format, because that takes a little bit of time, we're going to jump over to the Raspberry Pi website, and we're going to go ahead and start the download of the operating system to the noobs. So we're going to jump over here to raspberrypi.org. If you've never used this website, this is the key website to where I go for about everything, as well as everyone else. And you're going to go over here to downloads. And in downloads, you're going to see two options, Noobs and Raspbian. And we're going to go ahead and click on the Noobs. This is the new out-of-box software. It's the easiest way to go. And down here, you're going to see the options to download these. And you're going to click this download zip for the Noobs. So you're going to do that. It's a 1.5 gig download, so it takes some time. So we're going to go ahead and let that run while our SD card is being formatted. And once you have it downloaded, all right, it's going to show up in your download folder, and then you're going to want to unzip this. So for me, I already have an unzipped file. All right, you just double click it, and it's going to extract all the contents. So this takes a little bit of time. I know I'm jumping ahead here, but you're going to get to the point where your card is completely formatted. You can see I still have 17%, and you're going to want your Noobs version download unzipped into a folder. And you'll know you'll have it because you'll be able to see all these different folders in there. All right, once your SD card is all completely formatted, you're going to see this option here that's going to tell you that it's successfully completed. So we're just going to go ahead and click OK. And then we can go ahead and X out of this. And then what we're going to do is we want to make sure we have access to the disk. So I have that pulled up here. And what I've done in the meantime, just because I teach a Raspberry Pi class with a lot of students, I've moved the unzipped noob file folder onto my desktop. You don't have to do this. I just do this because I do a lot of reformatting for kids. And what you're going to do is you're going to open that up, and you're going to select everything in there. and you're just going to drag it over to that SD card. So it's going to go through and copy those over. And once you have that copied, you're in good shape. Then you can move on to the video of how to get things set up if you've never set up your Raspberry Pi, and away you go. So there you have it. That is the way to format your Raspberry Pi SD card if you have a glitch or an issue, or you need a new one, or you've upgraded to more memory, whatever the case might be. That's how you get up and running with your micro SD card for the Raspberry Pi. Stay awesome, everybody, and I look forward to seeing the work and the things that you create and code and develop with physical computing and Python and Scratch and everything else that the Raspberry Pi can bring to the table. All right, guys, be good.